So it's been a few weeks since I watched The Brutalist, but it's left such a strong impression on me that I'm still kind of mad about it. It might actually be the worst film I've ever seen. It really takes everything that I hate about A24 films and intensifies it. It's got really overwrought, try hard cinematography. It's basically brutalism for cinephiles when you really think about it. It's got forced pandering aimed at hipsters. There's a scene in this movie where the brutalist, he goes to see a free jazz performance of all things. And the soundtrack, it's just this worthless mishmash of shit that appeases artistically minded retards. Every shot in A24 films feels like it was taken by some uni student trying to get the most picture perfect angle to impress their professors. It just feels absurd. I really believe the people involved in making these movies lack the self-awareness to see how ridiculous it all comes off. You can tell they've been watching, Tarkovsky, Bergman, Bellatar, because it basically just copies all that shit. They don't want you to see cool scenes in movies. They want you to see shapes in perspective with other shapes. They want you to see the world in the form of stark, rigid, colourless cubes. They want you to see everything bleak and not enjoy life. This film has every character suck off the brutalist and call him a genius, while all we've seen him do at this point in the film is make some gay library. The buildings he makes are completely soulless and terrible, but apparently we are to believe that not one person would have this opinion, even though his buildings are not only completely aesthetically disgusting, but also clash tremendously with the architecture and culture present in America at the time. Given that the shots in A24 movies are basically brutalist, the brutalist is essentially A24 sucking its own cock. Whenever the film tries to impress us with the things that the brutalist has made, there's this extreme comical effect. At points, I believe the film was secretly just a really dry comedy. There's this part where it cuts to some shit the brutalist has made, and you can tell it's supposed to be wow, really cool and impressive, but it's just some goofy deck chair in the middle of a library. The film made me laugh quite a lot in just how oblivious it was to how mockable everything was. The hipster pandering really does make sense. It's like they've put all their stock into hipsters, not caring that their movie will go down as the worst movie of all time to any self-respecting person. Maybe they even only intended for hipsters to see this film. There's no sort of introspective reflections about the brutalist. The film presents him as an unquestionable genius, and suggests that his problem was the fact he was addicted to heroin, and not the fact he's a fucking unlikable waste man loser. The scene I enjoyed most in the film was when Guy Pearce's character first runs into the brutalist and starts chatting shit to him. Really, it's the only pushback the man receives during the whole movie. And for those couple minutes, Pearce is our guy. But he goes on to become the brutalist's most vehement glazer in multiple ways. But we'll get to that later. He broke my heart, man. I thought he would be the saving grace of this shit show, but he's just another dickhead. None of the characters are really interesting at all. The brutalist himself is a miserable twat who makes miserable architecture. Again, there's no interesting commentary about this. He doesn't make these hideous, disgusting buildings because he's a bitter nihilist who is inserting the experience of his bleak existence into his craft or some shit like that. If he did, then A24 would have to stop sucking its own dick for a minute. He just makes these awful buildings because he's a genius, of course. And all the pain in his life is just circumstantial. I don't know, it just seems like a squandered opportunity to do something that's at least moderately interesting with this movie. None of the other characters have particular substance or depth to them. To be honest, it's just about the brutalist and Guy Pearce, really. And Guy Pearce is just some stereotypical powerful businessman who becomes a gay rapist out of power rather than because he is a homosexual. Let's talk about how shit the rape scene was. That scene is executed so poorly, and when me and my mate were watching the movie, we were joking yo, is my man getting raped right now? Is the brutalist being raped? Only to then find out later in the movie that he actually was getting raped. It's not clear at all that he's being raped. It's a pathetic rape. It's a pathetic rape, really, when you think about it. These men need to watch Irreversible. They need to watch The Sopranos. Those are some 10 out of 10 rape scenes. Scenes that really damage your soul. You shouldn't be able to laugh at a rape scene. You shouldn't leave the rape scene not knowing whether or not a rape has occurred. It just comes out of nowhere as well and just feels ridiculous. See, I do think I get why it was that sudden, because it wants to be realistic. And I mean, in real life, what does the actual build up to being raped by a straight guy with wife and kids who rapes out of power? Like, what does that look like? The experience of the film is nothing happens for 2.5 hours, and then the brutalist gets raped and moves to Israel. Now, I've heard people say that this film is Zionist propaganda, and like, I can see why people think that. But if it really is Zionist propaganda, then why would they make out their biggest supporters right now, rich, powerful Americans, to be secret, opportunistic, gay rapists? But I mean, if you want to call this a Zionist film, I won't stop you, because like, the more hate this film gets, the funnier it will be for me. The soundtrack's exactly what you would expect. It wants to be Steve Reich, it wants to be Phil Glass. It has no originality whatsoever. It's just a mishmash of composers that are supposed to soundtrack pretentious films like this. It's really beyond parody how surface level the hipster pandering is. I mean, it's inevitable if you're making a film about brutalism. But me, I don't want brutalism. And you might be like, yo, Catman, why did you watch this film then? Because, like, look at the movie poster. Have you seen it? I thought I was going to be seeing Adrian Brody, who's like a fucking banger actor, by the way, get up to some badass shit. I thought he was going to be shooting innocent people through the skull. I thought he was going to be, like, giving out Colombian neckties and shit. Who the fuck likes brutalism? It's like the worst thing ever conceived. The death of art, the death of joy. This movie is a boring slog. Only losers like this shit. If you like this movie, you are a loser. Alright, that's about it. Subscribe to the Catman Show, like the video. If you didn't like it, yeah, it is what it is.